Hello, everyone. Welcome into Post-Show Headlines. I'm Andrew Salciunas with Connor Thomas, who is filling in for John the remainder of the week. It is day one of quarter three. So please like and subscribe and continue watching Post-Show Headlines. It's been a lot of fun. We're seeing growth every single month when it comes to Post-Show Headlines, and we appreciate all the listeners sent in topics as well. You know the deal. 5 topics, 2 minutes apiece, then we get the hell out of here. Thank you for filling in for John today. I appreciate it.
Of course, you brought in the big guns for quarter three start. I get it.
People are going to turn this off now, and that's a shame.
Please don't.
All right, so question one. It was a weird day today. I'm just glad that you, Amy, and Brendan were all walking alongside of me here, trying to understand why people want Ben Sommons back. It makes no sense to me. He quit on you. He doesn't like the sport of basketball anymore. He likes the lifestyle that basketball provided him with all the money. I loved Ben Sommons, and he was heading toward a trajectory of being a really big part of this Sixers team, and then he just stopped. He stopped caring. He wanted nothing to do with basketball anymore. There are people that are talking themselves into bringing him back. So I'll ask you this question. Is there any player that you can remember that left on bad terms that you wished one day would come back, or you were wanting them to come back? And I have a prime example, and it just happened not that long ago. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson left on bad terms.
Great point.
And he called out the city of Philadelphia. He said things about Eagles fans, not just the fact that somebody stole his car. He called out Eagles fans. He didn't like the area, blah, blah. He was in a bad place. And when we saw the lack of toughness or mentality that he did bring to the team the previous year, and we saw how it impacted the next year, I quickly wanted him to come back. I wanted him to come back to begin with. It's just he got on my nerves with how he was handling himself that offseason. But the second the Eagles announced that they were bringing him back, I was thrilled, even though he left on bad terms. Is there anybody else that you can think of that left on bad terms that you wished came back or would come back in this example of Ben Sommons?
I don't know if he counts as left on bad terms because the situation was really understandable in the moment, but everything that's happened after has kind of led to this idea that it was this messy breakup. Jimmy Butler, when he left, even though it was kind of this mutual agreement, clearly harbored resentment. There were some people in the fan base that did want Ben Sommons over him. It was this big fight between them. Yeah. So it's fitting that it's the guy that started. It started
with Brett Brown.
Yes,
that was where it all started. The beef that he had with Brett Brown. So the Sixers ultimately, the organization kept Brett Brown over Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Then there was the Tobias Harris over me thing, but like you did that to yourself, Jimmy.
And then Ben's in all of this too. So he's a guy that I wish would have been back here.
Not anymore.
No.
But like 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, you absolutely wanted him back despite it technically being bad terms.
Yeah, wouldn't have hated that at all. And then I think about Eagles. I don't know. You know what's great? In recent memory, the Eagles haven't really had that outside of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
No, it's
because
been,
they run their organization well.
Yes, they do. It's been pretty good. All right, number 2. So we had this discussion about Zach Wheeler and Roy Halladay. And Zach Wheeler, in our lifetime, is the best pitcher in Phillies franchise history because of the consistency, over the amount of period of time. It's been 6 seasons, whereas Roy Halladay had 2 incredible seasons, but it fell off after that, unfortunately. It was sad to watch it fall apart. Zach Wheeler, I believe, is the best pitcher. How many bests do we have in Philadelphia right now?
Currently playing in Philadelphia.
Like Jalen Hurts could go down as the best Eagles quarterback in franchise history.
So that's 2. The best wide receiver in Eagles franchise history, I believe, is here in A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I think again, if we have statistical conversations, he's going to have to be here for a couple more years to reach Carmichael, which is amazing within its own right that Harold Carmichael had those numbers back in the 70s and 80s. But yeah, A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson, best right tackle in Eagles franchise history.
People don't want to hear it right now, but the best catcher in Phillies franchise history can very well be on this team, and JT Romero.
Could be, yeah, it could be.
Now he needs to hit into less double plays this year for people to give that to him when his time is done. But
Schwarber, because there was no really universal DH until Schwarber. But I mean, we got a lot of guys that are bests or in top 5, top 10 conversations. Like I know people don't want to hear it. Aaron Nola will go down as a top 10 pitcher in Phillies franchise history. That's been around since 1883.
And we didn't even say Harper yet, who whatever position you remember him as is going to be in the conversation. Like we are very, very lucky.
Joel Embiid, when healthy, is one of the most talented players I've ever seen play basketball.
Yeah.
And he's a Sixer.
No, he won't be center because Wilt will be in that conversation, and Wilt will always trump him. But still, we've got insane levels of talent right now in this city.
Like bests.
Yes.
Like of our lifetime, or maybe for people even older. Like I was talking to my dad. I took my dad to the Phillies game yesterday. We're watching Zach Wheeler pitch, and he's just in awe that he does this. And my dad's 60 plus years old. You know what I mean? Like he's just in awe that this guy goes out there and does that consistently. And that's a guy that watched Steve Carlton pitch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's saying something, that Zach Wheeler has been as good as he's been. All right, you got 2 questions. Thanks for doing some work today.
Yeah, no problem. We'll mix in just like a kind of life question here. Because
I got one at the end.
Put in this group chat, right? I go to North Wildwood because my sister-in-law's family has a house down there. So I pop in occasionally.
Yeah.
And I got put in this Snapchat, which I don't even use, group chat with like 30 people that go down to Wildwood for the summer or live down there full time. And most of these people, I know like 2 or 3 of them well. Most of them are either like friends of friends or complete strangers.
Okay.
How many people is too many to be in a group chat before you're just like, I will leave it. Like I'm fully out. I don't care if I hurt feelings.
It depends. We have a basketball group chat with 20 people in it because we're trying to get 10 on a weekly basis, right? Because people have lives.
Yeah.
But that's for a specific, every Tuesday the text is sent and that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's no like Saturday, hey guys,
right.
Hope you're having a nice weekend.
No.
So I think it depends on what the group text is. Now, is this like an active group text like all the time?
Way too active. I had like 40 messages before the show was over this morning.
Yeah, that's too much. Like I have, outside of the basketball group text, I have like my groomsmen group text, which there's 6 of them. So there's 7 of us total.
That's fine. Once you get into double digits though, unless it's a very focused on what the group chat exists for.
Like our Sunday League baseball team. The roster's on it. Hey, who's in, who's out? That's all it's supposed to be. Like that's it. So yeah, I would say I would even say like 6 might be too much.
But I can't, here's my thing. Like I don't really have crazy social anxiety. Like I worry too much about how other people view me, but I won't leave a group chat, especially people that I don't know. Because I don't want to meet these people one time, because I do go to Wildwood and have them be like, oh, you're the dude that didn't want to talk to us.
See, my dad is, he does this all the time. My dad will, like yesterday, we went to the Phillies game, he took a selfie. And he created a group chat of like 9 people.
Love that.
Just to be like at the game with my son. And it's beautiful, right?
Yeah,
but like, does he need to send it to 9 people?
No, but he's
And then there's all the responses. And you know how group chats could work. It could be active between 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
There might be 10 people in it, but only 3 people are having the conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like the other 7 people don't need to be there. Just send the text individually. That's why I'm an old man and I call people. What's the point of the texting? I'll just call you and get the point out of the way. I know I'm an old man, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, we talked about that on air today too.
Yes, I know. What else you got?
So I know that people out there do not do this. And I understand the kind of pushback that you would get if you did. But I think we'd be a healthier sports fandom, not just Philadelphia, people who like sports in general, if we just admitted when we had no idea who the hell somebody was. Because yesterday, the Sixers go out and they make a nice signing. And it was an NBA player that I had never heard of. And I'm not going to go out on social media, especially doing what we do, and be like, I don't know who this guy is.
Right, because then somebody will rip you for it and you just don't want to deal with it.
I'm a baseball football guy. I follow the Sixers and basketball, but that's mainly just like, if you're on the Sixers, I follow you.
Yeah.
Are you willing to admit when you don't know who a guy is that your team signs?
I just did it today with the NHL draft.
Yeah, like, that's true.
Like I put out a reaction video. Our man Dylan, who's behind the camera, I send him some stuff every once in a while. And when the Sixers selected VJ Edgecombe, I did here's my immediate reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody responds with, can't wait for you to react to the Flyers' first pick. I'm not watching Ontario hockey. Like, Baylor basketball is on CBS at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. That's an easy, let me put that on.
Right.
The NCAA tournament is on. Everybody's watching that. I'm not really watching World Juniors.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. The people in this city that pretend they know Phillies draft picks when they are 18 years old, like, you didn't watch their high school games. You watched a couple of highlights that were posted. And the people that will try to tell you they know who they are, oh, how do you not know that? How do you work in sports talk radio when watching a few 10-minute YouTube clips is also not doing it justice, because a highlight package is highlights.
Yes.
They don't show the lowlights. They don't show struggles. They don't show turnovers. They show, look at his shooting ability in this shot that we're going to show you that he makes.
Yeah.
Not the shot that he's going to miss. We'll show you the shot that he's going to make. So, now, I think people expect us to have an encyclopedia knowing everything. We know a lot because we follow it day in and day out and a little bit closer because it is our jobs. But I don't think it's bad to admit, oh, I don't know that person. Like, the Phillies had that kid that threw 5 innings the other day.
Alan Rangel.
Who? Like, I know.
Told you.
I know. Tanner Banks pitches. He's Taiwan Walker. It was the day it got delayed, the rain.
Right.
And they had this kid throw 5 innings. That's the first time I heard his name.
He's been up earlier this year.
Yeah. And
but that's the thing.
Forgot all about him because he's a bit player that's not going to really mean anything down the road.
Yeah, we're not robots. And also, if you don't do what we do, you could still be like, I don't know who this guy is. It's this whole get something over on other sports fans because you like sports more that I don't understand.
It's the thing. Yeah, I don't get it. All right. Lastly, you make fun of me often for the old man. I'm 31 going on 61.
Yeah.
A lot of people do, and I understand why. I act older than what I actually am. Not really by choice, it's just my lifestyle. You know,
That's how you are.
I'm a chill guy, man.
All right.
I was complaining about the pomp and circumstances at games these days. Like, this is why football, if you go to a football game, it's just football. If you go to a hockey game, it's just hockey. That's why I love attending hockey games more so than even watching it on TV. Baseball and basketball have now become the game and everything else.
Right.
And you guys made fun of me for it. What is your old man yelling at clouds? Because you don't do that often.
No.
You have to have something.
Let me pick my brain, because this is not just, it's not an age thing. It's not I'm cool.
Because sometimes Haley gets on your nerves and she's very young.
Right. Well, I don't have a lot of stuff that bothers me in life because I exist at a very low level of expectation. The things that really, I'll tell you, this is it. And this matters to nobody but me.
Okay.
Way out of left field. The people in drive-thrus that do not pull up far enough in front of the car that's ahead of them. Because I'll be sitting there and I'll say, there is a good, and it might be 3 feet.
Yeah, but you're trying to make your order.
We are not in traffic right now.
Yeah.
Where you have to leave length for the car in front of you potentially stopping. You're stopping me from getting to the window.
I agree.
We're stopping the people behind me from getting to the window. We're taking up all this extra space, and we don't need to, and it's ridiculous. And the world would be so much more efficient if we just closed those 2 feet in between your bumper and the other guy's bumper.
All right, so you do have something. That's good.
Bothers me, man.
I'll give you one, speaking of drive-thru.
Okay.
There's a coffee establishment. That's a big chain, Starbucks, that has drive-thrus at some locations. I don't think you should be able to order food at the drive-thru of a Starbucks.
Why not?
Because coffee takes 10 seconds. The food takes more time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a drive-thru one right down here. I walk in at this point because there's people that are getting the 4 sandwiches, the cake pops, the 6 coffees for the whole family. And now all of a sudden I'm sitting there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
When all I'm doing is, hey, can I just get a black coffee? That's it. The barista that takes my order can go, oh, I can take care of that. Boom, that's done. That's how the drive-thru should be.
I do get
the
annoyed.
drive-thru should be quick.
Yeah, like I get annoyed when I see a minivan in front of me at like McDonald's or something, where it's just like, okay, I know that they're getting like 40 things.
Yeah, then good. I get it's harder with the family.
That's one where I catch myself though, because you have the right to order whatever you'd like if that establishment sells it.
The drive-through
Just
though,
pull up enough
for coffee. Like if you're going to a Wendy's, like that's food.
Yeah,
like that's understood.
Mm-hmm.
But Starbucks is coffee.
First off, that's not food. That's great.
Exactly. Starbucks is coffee first. Food is just there. I don't want to wait behind you. I'm just here for the coffee.
Okay.
So that's my.
Listen, drive-thrus are a tricky thing, man. So yeah, clearly I do have stuff. It's just few and far between.
It's not as much as I have. All right, everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being a part of post-show headlines in Q1 and in Q2. Q3 begins today. We want to keep the people happy. So like, subscribe. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.